Hi, my name is Terry Sproul, and I want to welcome you to my studio. This is our Tuesday night live show. If you are not joining me live, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to up my numbers there. And give me a thumbs up at the end of this, too. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you also are seeing it at a later date, think about joining me live. You can get my links directly on my Facebook group called All Things Terry Sproul, and that's in Facebook, or friend me on Facebook. Okay, I do have Joe here with me tonight, so he's going to help with the links and any questions. If you do have a question, please put it in the chat room in caps for me. And I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras, and we're going to get going. I got a kind of a really cool technique to show you tonight. Believe it or not, it's one I haven't taught you yet. Okay, I'm kind of shocked that I actually figured out a technique that I hadn't showed you guys yet, so I'm kind of excited about showing you. I'm starting off in my Cottonwood art journal. This is my favorite journal. I haven't showed it to you in a little while, so I want to remind you. I really like this journal. This is a really great journal. You can find them at Michael's, but you can also get them at cottonwoodarts.com. And they have a nice cover on the front that you can decorate at a later time. They do lay flat. See that? Love that. And then they're really thick pages, and I don't have any bleed through in these books at all, so that's why I really like them and have really favored them, because I've gone through quite a few journals where I've had a lot of bleed through the center, or even the bleed through the pages, and this one just doesn't give me that problem at all, so I highly recommend it. Okay, I started off, I did gesso my background. And the reason that I gessoed tonight is because I'm going to be doing a lot of watercolor, and I actually don't want it to sink into the page. Normally when you use watercolor, you actually do want it to sink into the page, but I kind of didn't tonight, and you'll kind of see why that. As I'm working, you'll see what I was planning. Okay, starting off my page tonight, first thing I did is I love this stencil. This is a newer stencil from Sin City Stamps, and that's sincitystamps.com. And I'm just going to lay it up here in the corner, and I'm going to use Dylisions. You can find Dylisions over at alteredpages.com, and I am using bubblegum pink and squeezed orange. These two colors together are breathtaking. I picked out a lot of really bright colors tonight. I must be wanting to have spring, because I picked out a lot of bright colors tonight. So we'll see where this goes. This page is going to be quite brightful, I think. So I'm laying my stencil down, and I want to get my two sprays open, and I want to have my water bottle also open because I want to do a dripping technique. Also, excuse my arm. I'm reaching for a baby wipe because I wanted to remind you that when you spray that you always clean off your nib, and that'll help keep your nib from clogging. Okay, so stencils laid down. I'm going to put both of these colors on here. Now, if I would have not used gesso in the background, that would have soaked in, and I wouldn't be able to do this technique right here where I'm wanting it to drip. So I'm putting some water down, and I'm wanting it to drip for me. And yes, I am holding that stencil on there. I'm going to lift that stencil up. And yes, it just left a little bit of the watermark, but that's okay. And since I do have some ink on there, I'm just going to lay that upside down right on top of there again. I'm just going to blot that. So I will get the print again. See that? So I have the print there, and then the positive there, and the negative there. So again, when I lifted that up, the ink that was on top of here, I just laid it down. So I did the reverse thing. And so that's how you get that. And you're not going to get a perfect image when you do that, but it's okay. It's a really cool technique and a really cool look, the way that that is down there. See that? Okay, I'm going to dry this. Now, remember, when you are working with dilutions, dilutions never truly dry. So if you put anything wet on top of this, it's going to reactivate. So remember that when you're working with them. You can use something called a workable fixative. It's a spray that you can put on top, and that will seal them at one point if that's what you want to do. I got this really cool stencil from, this is from Plaid, and I'm going to lay it right there, and I'm going to use the Radiant Gels from Color Art. And I'm going to use lime green. Told you I'm in a really colorful mood tonight. Lime green. I think it's just going to look so pretty with those colors I already have in the background. And I'm just peeling off the cap, the little piece of paper here, off camera. I'm trying to keep my hands clean at the same time. That's the hard part. Okay, somewhere on my desk is a spatula. There it is. I am going to use my offset spatula to put the Radiant Gels through the stencil. And remember, I put it on the back of the offset spatula, and that really does help make it easier for you to put it into the stencil holes. And it's just like icing a cake to this point. You're just trying to get it in all the holes. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, now you do have to clean these both off. If I was not on live camera, I would go directly to my sink and clean these off. But I'm just going to use a quick baby wipe on them. Oh, okay. A little quick baby wipe just to get this clean. Okay, perfect. Love that so far. Look at those colors. Isn't that magnificent? And these Radiant Gels, look at how pretty they are. Now, as you see up there on top, the pink did come through a little bit. But that's okay. I kind of like that. Okay, here's my secret. I can't wait to share this with you. This is such a cool technique. A lot of you guys love faces and all that stuff. I do too. And it's really hard to be a really good drawer. It takes practice. I do show you in one of my videos how to draw a face. And I do encourage you to please practice. But honestly, you don't have to be an artist. Okay? And this is the secret that I'm about to tell you. You can find images on the internet that are free. I found this one today. This is the one I'm going to use. Yesterday, I actually used this image that I love. Both of these were absolute free images. Now, I can't open this completely because that's wet, but that's that face right there. Okay, and I'll try to show you that later on when it's more dry. But there's a product, and I got it at Dick Blick's, but no, I've never seen it at Michael's, to be honest. Dick Blick's is the only place I've ever seen this. Maybe you could try Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure. And it's called Stenciling. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But it is a transfer paper, and it comes in a roll like this. It comes in different colors. This one is the charcoal, which is the one that I would recommend you get. I also have the white. The white you would use on like dark back, let's say I had a black background. But basically, if you think about back to the days when we used to type on a typewriter, we had to use carbon paper. This is the exact same thing. So I'm going to trace this image onto my sheet, but I need to dry this a little bit. So let's dry that. Now the radiant gels are like have an acrylic in them, so you can't get them too hot because they'll bubble, which can give you texture, which can be cool. So if you like that, go for it. But keep your heat gun moving so that you don't do that, if you don't want that look. And I do have a winner tonight if you want to get your sound effects up and running, Joe. So. Yep. I seen it bubble there. Yep, starting to get really hot because I'm getting bubbles. It's dry enough on the top that I can probably get away with doing what I want to do. So you lay the carbon paper down, and you want to have the charcoal side, or the color side, I guess, down on your sheet. Okay, and then you're going to take your image and you're going to lay that right on top. Now, when you're going and looking for these images, please make sure you find ones that are copyright free. And when I do this, I go into Google and I put, I'm trying to get a good spot on my sheet here, so don't mind me. I put in my Google search that I'm looking for a free, copyright-free line drawing of a female. And I had thousands come up. Kelly, I believe you are in the right place. What you looking for, Kelly? So I've laid it down. I have the carbon below me. I have my sheet on top. Now I'm going to take my pen and I'm just going to start tracing these lines. Now, obviously, the only bad part about this is you're going to have to watch me trace. I'm going to kind of do it a little rough so that it's not taking too much of your time and trying to do it quickly. But you do want to get some good pressure so that you do get a good transfer.
And now we wait as time goes on.
Yeah, so this is probably a great time for me to give away a prize, huh?
Uh-oh.
So go find your... Okay, prize is, the winner from last week is, ready, Joe? Go ahead, go that again. Drum roll. Danielle Hayes, thank you. So Danielle Hayes, I know you're in the room. If you can PM me on Facebook with your address, and don't assume I have it, Mrs. Danielle. Give it to me anyways. Make it easy on me. I will send you a prize. If you would like to get entered to win a prize, what you will do is you will put your pages that are inspired by any of my videos in my group called All Things Terry Sproul, and you automatically get entered for a prize. You can do multiple entries. You don't just have to do one. So if you do, for every entry you get entered for a chance to win a prize. Okay, I think that's pretty close. I'm going to lift it up here just to make sure I've got it close enough. That actually went pretty quickly. That didn't go, that wasn't too horrible to watch, was it? Okay, so now I'm going to lift that up and look at that. See? I've got a face on there. I didn't have to draw it. Isn't that awesome? Now, at this point, it is not permanent. So you do have to go in with a pen at this point, a permanent pen, and start painting over this. So again, you're going to have to watch me trace. So I do go over it with my black pen, and I do like this Scarlet Lime, which I guess they're all gone, sadly to say. But you could use Faber-Castell's black pens. They would work. They're permanent. And get your project, get it traced just as easy. So again, I'm just going in and just tracing over my lines. And then I'm going to come in and paint it. Because these aren't permanent. So if I did start going over this with watercolor, which is what I'm planning on doing, these lines would start moving, and I wouldn't want that. That wouldn't look nice. It would give me an ugly look. So do go in and do your tracing first. Don't go in with your watercolors or whatever you're going to use. Unless you're going to use, well, no, even then it wouldn't work. I would cover it first. And you don't have to do the permanent. And this is all erasable also, so you can take an eraser and erase these lines off. So isn't this a cool way of learning how to draw without having to draw? Do you guys love me now or what? Come on, I want to hear a big yay, Terry, you rock.
Yeah, woo!
Thank you, Joe.
That wasn't me. I'm on mute.
Oh. So there we go. So I've got all my lines traced in there. Now tonight, to color her in, I am going to use Twinkling H2Os because I haven't used these in ages. Twinkling H2Os are also from Color Art. They've been around forever. And they are basically water. They're watercolors with a mica in them, so they got a lot of sparkle. Oh, Mr. Mouth, hold on. Mr. Mouth, I see I didn't miss that. Sorry about that. Thought I got it all. Perfect. So I, excuse me, I opened all my little jars prior to you guys getting here, and then I just take my spray bottle and I just go like that and get them all wet. And I do keep a paintbrush. You're welcome, Danielle. I like this this particular one. This is from Niji, N-I-J-I, that has the bladder in it. This is one of the better water ones that I have found to color with. I like this one particularly. And I'm just going to go in and start putting some watercolor down. I do like to keep my watercolor, when I do use watercolors, my page a little wet.
See, Terry? Look what Miss Miko posted. That was not me, see?
Yay! Thank you. I got lots of yays. Thank you, guys. Isn't this pretty so far? Oh, sorry, didn't mean to be out of there. So I'm using, right now I'm using Buttercup, which kind of makes a nice facial color, I guess. It's a word on flesh color. Because I don't, when I do acrylic paints, my favorite flesh color, just for an FYI, is Titan Buff. But this is my favorite flesh color in watercolors. And I'm going to be a little wild with her. So I'm just getting the base down. And then I'm going to go in with some more wild colors. Because as you see here in front of me, I've got lime green and pinks and all kinds of stuff. And I plan on putting all those in her face. So just going to go in with some colors and just have fun. So I picked up the lime green right here, which is going to tie into my lime green over here. And as you see, I'm using my finger to blend them out. So you don't always just have to use a brush. I really like finger painting personally. I'm going to probably grab some of this pink. What's this pink called? This is called Cherry Sorbet. And just maybe do a little under her eye here. Now I do got to be careful because pink and green make brown. So I do need to be careful there. Let's make her some blue eyes. My sheet is starting to dry, so my colors are becoming more less watery, so I'm going to re-wet my page. So if you start noticing that your colors become a little more, I don't know, thicker and then less watery, it usually means because you're not getting, your page is getting dry. So reactivate your page by squirting with a little water.
Don't squirt your neighbor, though. At CHA, I kept squirting my neighbor.
And guess who his neighbor was?
I might have even gotten scolded.
You were probably having fun doing it, though.
I was hoping to get spanked, but it didn't happen.
Oh my God, this is a funny
wait,
story.
that was my outside voice? Damn.
Ready for this story? We were at last.
Wait! Don't you be telling any story you're not supposed to be telling.
No, this isn't about you. This is funny. We were at me and my.
Because the ones about me aren't funny. Oh.
No, it's not about
pain.
you. Quit being a drama queen. Okay, I was at Disney the other day with my husband and friends for a birthday party, right? And my husband was sitting alone, and these two women first this one woman walked up to him and started talking to him. Well, this other woman walked up to them and said to the girl that started talking to him first that she wasn't allowed to talk to strangers, and what should she do to punish the other one, to my husband. My husband's standing there with like his mouth wide open going, oh shit, what do I say? So my husband plays along with it because he's kind of a flirt and says, well, she probably needs a spanking. And the lady was about ready to spank the other lady right in front of. These were older ladies. These people were probably in their 50s. It was funny as hell. So, anyways. So I'm going in again with some more watercolors. I don't know what this one's called. Golden Opal. There's like a really weird sound coming from my living room. I don't know what it is. The Golden Opal is not very watery.
Could it be the zombie apocalypse?
Might be. They're going to start up here on the mountain, you know.
I'm listening to the 60s music in the background. Right now it's This Magic Moment.
So I'm just coloring in her hair.
Do you listen to music while you art, Terry?
I do.
What kind of music? We all want to know.
You know, it varies. I mean, I go from anywhere from the 60s to modern day stuff. Like the other day I was, what was that one? It's all about the bass.
Oh, I love all about the bass. No trouble.
No trouble.
I just wonder if all the people out there can imagine what it's like when we go to CHA and share a hotel room.
Yeah.
They're dancing, cool? They're singing.
Yes, we do this in the room too. Look how cool that looks so far. I love this page so far. I'm so happy with it. Just needs a little more color in her face. Look how pretty she's turning out. You've got a lot of glare on it from your end, but I'm liking it. I do need to darken her eyelid ball, though. She needs that. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. What do you guys think? Isn't that looking cool? That's a cool page so far. Okay. I want to grab, where is it? There it is. Here's another thing we haven't done in a while. I didn't have a toilet paper holder, which works really great, but any type of lid. You could do this with black paint, but you could also do it with black ink. Just ink up your top of your cap, and you can start putting in little circles. And it's not that, it's kind of subtle, which I like. Sometimes subtle. See how that's really subtle there? But go for it. Put those in there sometimes. So you don't have to use, so you could use paint here, but you do want a permanent ink at this point. Remember that. So I am using Indian ink from Stuart Superior. You can tell it's my favorite ink pad because it's so messy. But Indian ink would work. You could take your Faber-Castell, which is also Indian ink, and do the same thing. You could go right around the edge. Oh, am I off camera? All around the edge there and do the same thing. See that? Works just the same. So if you don't have an Indian ink pad, this would also work. Okay, we need a quote. Oh, wait a minute.
So, Terry, we have a question out there from Shelley Gregg. Shelley Gregg wants to say, well, she said, I love that song too, but do you need to add a fixative to Twinks?
Actually, Twinks you don't, but this whole page I will add a fixative to it at the end because of the dilutions and everything, just because I probably would want this to stay permanent. And I do like to wax my pages also. Let me show you that. This is called Dorland's Wax Medium, and I like to wax my pages because if you've ever had in your art journals the pages stick together when you open them, this will stop that. But if you put this wax over dilutions, because they will reactivate, they will move. So I will spray this first, let that dry, and then I will wax it later. And I usually go through 4 or 5 pages before I wax, unless I'm getting something that's really sticking bad on me. Then I will wax right away, but most of the time I wait till one day I'll sit down and just wax all my pages. Okay, I have a cool quote, and this is from Versus Rubber Stamps. Almost forgot the name of the company. Sorry there, guys. And I think I'm going to put it right there. Right there. Kind of like it. There. Decisions. But I am going to turn this around towards me to stamp. I'm going to lift this side up just so I can get it flat. The book nice and flat so I can get a good stamped image. And another quick suggestion, I like to get my stamps unmounted onto boards, and especially in an art journal or a canvas, you can get a better stamp if you do it without if you do it like I'm doing it with your fingers, because you can actually go in and mold it, I want to say, to the page. Because if you're working on a canvas or you're working on an art journal page, they're never truly flat, especially if you have a lot of texture on your page. And this will allow me to really get in there and push and make sure that I get my stamped image perfect, which I did. Like on this page right here that I did yesterday, down here, this had a lot of texture down here because of how I did the gesso over it. So when I went to stamp there, which I love this quote, it says, "One should either wear a work of art or be a work of art." Love that quote. And that is also from Versus. It allowed me to get my stamp in there a lot better. This one is from Versus, and it says, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Love it. Love it. This company has a lot of really great quotes. So I'm pretty happy with that page. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to stop right there. I think it's an awesome page just like that. I don't think I'm going to do anything else. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, I am going to switch cameras and say goodbye. And
oh wait, there is one question. It just came in, and it is from Marge. Marge says, "Terry, would you sing a little bit of your favorite '60s song?"
oh no, and that's probably Joe asking that because I know better. I can see these. I can see these, just so you know, Mr. Joseph. You don't want to hear me sing, trust me. He's always trying to get me to sing on camera. I don't know why.
After
Okay.
a few drinks, she has no problem.
Yeah, give me a few drinks, that's right. Daniel says it's a really cool page and you got to have that transfer paper. I agree. It's awesome stuff. Let me show you that one more time before I go off camera. That's the name of it. It comes into it like a roll of foil. Comes in the same box. Get it in the charcoal and get it in white. Those are the two you should get it in. So, okay, I'm going to switch cameras and say goodbye. I can't believe how quickly that page went, and I love it. Look how nice and bright and fun that is. And the dimensional paint really is dimensional. It's hard to see it on camera, but it really is, and it has, look at that sparkle. I do have a coupon for that too, 15% off. Is it Art by Terry Sprout?
With number of syllables. First syllable sounds like. Hello, Terry. Tune back in, Terry. Shh, break it up, Terry.
Art by Terry Sprout. Hold on.
My name is Terry Sprout. I own a mansion and a yacht. Do you remember him? My name is Elmer Fudd. I own a mansion and a yacht.
That's right.
Back to the coupon. Focus.
I'm finding the coupon right now. Art by Terry Sprout, I think. Oh, where is it? I just wrote it on my page. Art by Terry Sprout. Yay, I did have it right. So if you want to go to Color Art, you can purchase everything for 15% off by using that coupon. And that's colorart.com. Thank you. I'm going to let you guys go. Join me again next Tuesday. Have a great day. Bye.